High above the mortal world, where sunlight melts into mist and clouds form silver rivers, a golden city drifts silently through the sky, Ithirien, the forgotten capital of the Celest gods. For 1,000 years, no mortal voice had echoed here, until today. God Kale opened his eyes on a shimmering platform of gold, the wind humming like an ancient choir around him. He tried to speak, but his throat felt carved from stone. And then he heard footsteps behind him, soft, deliberate, inhuman. When he turned, a tall figure stood watching him, cloaked in starlight itself. "You finally returned, Kale," the figure said. Kale froze. The man knew his name, but Kale didn't know his own memories. Before he could question him, the golden city groaned, a deep metallic shiver running beneath his feet, as if the ground itself feared what came next. The stranger stepped closer, his silver eyes glowing faintly. "I am Aramis, last of the Celest gods, and you are the one who awakened the storm." A violent crack split the air, shaking the floating bridges around them. Kale stumbled back, heart racing. "What storm?" "I don't remember anything." Aramis studied him with an expression that looked eerily like pity. But before he could speak, a scream rose from somewhere beneath the clouds, long, distant, and not quite human. The sound made Kale's blood run cold. Aramis placed a hand on Kale's shoulder. "Walk with me." Quickly, the golden pathways shook as they crossed them, lightning blooming in slow spirals beneath their feet, forming symbols Kale did not understand. Clouds churned around the city like boiling oceans. "What is happening to this place?" Kale asked. Aramis hesitated. "The heart of Ithirien senses your presence. It remembers what you were, even if you do not." Kale's breath caught. What he was. The words wrapped around him like chains. Before he could ask more, a massive shadow moved through the clouds below, large enough to swallow a mountain. The city lanterns flickered, turning gold to blood red. Whispers floated through the wind, whispers that sounded disturbingly like his own voice. Repeating his name over and over, Kale gripped his head. "Why do I hear myself? What is this?" Aramis did not answer. Instead, he turned sharply and led Kale toward a towering structure whose walls seemed to pulse with a heartbeat of their own. As they approached, an image carved into the entrance began to glow, an image of two beings, standing side by side. One was unmistakably Aramis, the other looked exactly like Kale. Kale staggered backward. No, that's impossible." Aramis' silence spoke louder than any answer. Another tremor tore through the city, and a golden spire far behind them cracked in half and tumbled into the endless clouds below. Aramis finally spoke. "You were Celest once. Kale, you walked these skies. You commanded the storms." Kale's legs weakened. "Then why am I mortal now? What happened to me?" A gust of dark wind swept through the chamber, carrying the smell of lightning and ash. Aramis lowered his voice. "Because you chose it, to seal the one who hunted us. The one you betrayed." The air split open with a deafening roar. Clouds spun violently, forming a vortex so dark it seemed to devour the light itself. From within the swirling abyss, two blazing white eyes opened us, filled with ancient fury. A voice rolled rolled out like thunder breaking the sky. Kale stumbled back in horror. What is that? Aramis raised his hand as if trying to calm the storm, but even he shook. The storm god, the one you once defeated, the one you locked away using your own soul as the seal. Kale felt the wind twist around him, pulling him toward the storm like invisible claws. Images began to flash in his mind himself, glowing with celestial light, battling a colossal shadow. Then, plunging his own essence into a flaming crystal to trap the monster forever. His voice cracked. I did this. I'm the reason he's free again. Aramis nodded solemnly. And you are the only one who can seal him once more. The storm god's voice whispered directly into Kale's mind, seductive and cruel. Come to me, Kale. Reclaim what you were. But Aramis stepped forward. If you seal him again, your mortal life ends. You will become Celeste once more, for eternity. The golden city trembled violently. The sky split open. The heart of Ithiran flickered like a dying star. Kale looked between Aramis and the storm god, the life he knew and the life he had forgotten, the mortal he had become and the god he once was. His breath trembled. I choose. A thunderclap swallowed his words. The screen turns to darkness. The last sound is a distant heartbeat. And the storm god, laughing softly in the void,